Hello, Scott Thomas here with Stewardship Matters. So we've seen a lot of fraud in higher education, college education, people that were ponying up money to get kids in school and make things happen with scholarships and various things like that. Something that you don't see in the news that you need to know about college education, at least it's been my experience in talking with several people. And the thing is that people try to be savvy and sock dollars away. They put money into, let's say, a college education savings plan called a 529 plan. And some of the big brokerage firms, they push this really hard. Oh, you got to get a college 529 plan, and they push it hard and heavy. What you need to know is that if there's any kind of a need-based funding through FAFSA, then when you go to apply for student aid, they're going to count that 529 money as if it's cash and it could be readily used today. But yet, if you had maybe planned and done some things differently, instead of socking money away into the 529, if you actually put money into other vehicles, things like cash value life insurance, or you paid down on the house, or you paid off other liabilities, those types of things would not count against you the way that you would having a 529 plan. So if you have a lot of money, obviously that's a good thing. But if you have a lot of money, but yet at the time maybe your income's a little low, then it harms you in terms of trying to get some of the aid that's out there, try to qualify and pay for a lot of the benefits. So the people that have a lot of money, they pay for people who don't have money that get subsidized for scholarships and things like that. So you can be singled out. In fact, I've had a couple of people who have come to see me and they said, Scott, I went to apply to this school and my son went to apply, or my daughter went to apply, and we were turned down. And we found out that someone else we know had a lower GPA and a lower test scores, but they got in. How did they get in? And so I said, what do you think it was? And each time they said, well, I think it was because I had a prepaid program. I had a program where I prepaid for the state, which was a locked-in guaranteed payment, and so the state was only going to get that much versus somebody that was going to stroke a check and pay full price, a much more higher inflated price. They got in even with a lower test score. At least that's been some of the things that I've heard out there. So if you want to kind of look at, well, what are some alternatives in your planning and in your funding, we could explore that conversation. You could reach out to me, Scott@stewardshipmatters.net. That's Scott@stewardshipmatters.net.